Hi everyone, Amanda Hughes here for Family Tree Nuts, and the sound you hear behind me is actually the church bell from St. Helena'S Episcopal Parish Church, which was established here in Beaufort in 1712 as part of the Church of England. St. Helena'S is actually one of the oldest churches in America. The original church was built on this present site in 1724, and the building as it stands today dates from 1842 after its final enlargement. Some of the notable things about St. Helena'S is that a signer of the Declaration of Independence, Thomas Hayward Jr., who lived from 1746 to 1809 and who is buried just a few miles outside of Beaufort. He was actually one of St. Helena'S most noted parishioners of the period. Another notable thing is St. Helena'S rector during the 1830s, Reverend Dr. Joseph R. Walker. He inspired a spiritual revival that became known as the Great Beaufort Revival of 1831. The altar inside was carved by the sailors of the USS New Hampshire, which was stationed in Port Royal Sound during Reconstruction, and it was presented to the church by the ship's officers as a gift of reconciliation. The first burial in this historic churchyard was actually that of Colonel John Tuscarora Jack Barnwell, who lived from 1671 until 1724. So that's a pretty early burial here in Beaufort's history because the town itself was established in 1711. He was born in Ireland and came to America around 1700. He was famous for his exploits during the Yamasee Wars, the Indian Wars in the early 17 teens. And initially he was thought to be buried underneath the church because of all the enlargements that was happening. During the antebellum period, they thought his grave ended up being underneath the church, but in reality, he lies just outside the walls. A few of the other notable burials in the churchyard is actually those of two British officers, Lieutenant William Calderwood and Ensign John Finley. They were both killed during the Battle of Gray's Hill, which happened a few miles north of here, right about the site of present-day Marine Corps Air Station Beaufort. This battle happened in February of 1779, and they died in that battle. And as the gentlemanly custom of that day, the Patriot commander, John Barnwell, didn't want to leave the British officers out there on the battlefield, so he brought them back to Beaufort and buried them here in the Episcopal churchyard, saying that we have shown the British that we can not only best them in battle, but then that we can also give them a Christian burial. There's multiple Revolutionary War soldiers here, Major General John Barnwell and that of Captain John Joyner, as well as numerous others, but those are the two that are probably the most significant. Another prominent burial is that of William Henry Corey. He lived from 1831 to 1893, and he enlisted into the British Army under an alias, and he participated in the Charge of Light Brigade during the Crimean War. So you remember that Alfred Lloyd Tennyson poem that you learned in high school? Theirs is not to reason why, but theirs is to do or die. Into the Valley of Death rode the 600. He was a part of that. He later came to America and fought for the Confederate States Army. There's multiple Confederate States Army generals and soldiers, most notably General Stephen Elliott, and then General Richard Anderson, and then a Confederate States Army surgeon of Dr. Robert Gibbs. The church itself served as a Union hospital during the Civil War, mainly for the colored troops that were stationed here in the area. So you can see we have lots of history at St. Helena'S Episcopal Parish Church, both the building itself and its historic churchyard. You know, we have Revolutionary War soldiers here, British Army soldiers, Civil War, War of 1812, those people who have been all around the world and back again. And you never know, maybe you're related to one of them. So remember, let Family Tree Nuts find the nuts in your family tree.
Like what you see? Make sure you follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And subscribe to our YouTube channel. Don't forget to click the little bell so you get notifications as to when we post new videos. And you can find out more about us and contact us at familytreenuts.org.